All right. Good morning. A few seconds early this morning. Woo! Friday, right? Oh, yeah. 17th. Friday, October 17th. Man, it is flying by. Rereading this, going on this today. Uh, Goal of a chapter a day for the next 14 days, 15 days. Keeping it fresh, right? Whew, good to see you guys. Yeah, the sleep number, what I get, a 55, and I don't think I deserved that. I don't know. I've been waking up so late it's early, so early it's late. Wheels get spinning, get out, and work on some world domination, but not healthy. So probably a nap is in order a little bit later. So, but anyway, it's overrated today. This week it has been. George Ross, first one kicking the door down on Instagram. Just nudged out Mike Nunez. Good to see you, buddy. I see your social. It looks good. You're out there doing it. George, how you been? Got any big wins? Post them in the chat. And you guys that are jumping on, let me see here. Boom. There's Wendy Turner. Good morning, love. It sound like Thurston. What was this? Thurston Howell on the Gilligan's. Good morning. Good morning, Catherine Thomas. Yeah. Roy Dahl, 9.275. Wow. Is that that would be quarter, just over a quarter. What is that? It's not 3/8. 3/8 would be 0.375. So it's going to be between 3/8 and a quarter. What is that? Some 16, probably like 15/64. George Ross had a switch. Insta sound wasn't working. Yeah. Crazy. Maybe it's you, maybe it's me. Aaron Callie, another country heard from. Great morning, Dave Howard says. It is. I was telling Wendy, man, we've had a great stretch of weather. It's been good. We like it. Yeah. So no complaints. The only problem is I was having a hard time finding the dog turrets under the leaves this morning with the dogs. So I gotta flag them like the football referee when they go. I gotta mark them so I can get back to them. They can't get any more than a couple out there. It's like playing Go Fish. Now, where was that one? I think I had one over here. I have a good time. Yeah, well, good to see you guys. Whew, good to see you jumping in. Gonna have to rally here this morning. Jubal is here. Good to see you, man. I don't know another person named Jubal. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about that name. I've never heard the name before. I like it. You hear that Jubal, and it's intriguing. You know that person, if you didn't met him, you're like, probably a cool cat. Probably a really cool cat. Yeah, good morning, buddy. Good to see all you guys. Yeah, we've been hitting it hard all week long, going at it. We had the big t-shirt extravaganza yesterday. Wendy came on and talked about her new t-shirt business. Yeah, I don't know if I even call it a t-shirt business. It's a movement, guys. It's a movement. She's gonna put the link in here for you in a few minutes. But she was here. She loves the camera. That one. Nope. Got her down here, and I said it's gonna be fine. Just tell people what you're up to. They love you. So you guys know how much I ask you to, share my stuff. I get a share here or there. Somebody will take the time, right? 37 different people shared her thing the other day. I'm like, well, aren't you something? I want what you're drinking. So anyway, I'll hitch my wagon to that, and maybe we can, utilize her social media following to grow mine. Always thinking. So, Chris Pierce, good to see you, buddy. What's happening this past 10 days or so, even though we've had a guest or two and Steve jumped on once or twice, we have been on a 10-day tear of mental models that change the way you lead and sell. And today is day 10. So that means tomorrow, got to get creative, come up with something new. So today I'm talking about, we're going to recap the week here or so, the 10 days, I guess, but also Talk about thinking like a leader. All right. Smart leaders don't just make more decisions, guys. They make better ones, not more decisions, better ones. Okay. Over the past 9 days, we've talked about 10 different ways to think differently. And today we want to bring it all together. I'm going to challenge you at the end. So stick around. See what that's called an open loop. See what I did there? I'm going to challenge you. So stick around. Okay. And I want to help you change your results. Okay. Because how you think determines how you lead. Right. But first, you got to change your way of thinking. Right. Can't keep thinking like that. Maybe it's great. Maybe you have no issues and good. We'll bring you on as a guest speaker. Pick your brain a little bit. But just to recap, on day one, which seemed like 2 weeks ago, we talked about the growth lens. Okay. You don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. Hey, from Denver, Dave says. You don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. Okay. Day two, we talked about opportunity cost, right? Saying yes to everything, and that every yes costs you something. Okay. And that every time you say yes to something, you'll say no to something else. Okay. So being intentional with your trade-offs. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you. Day three, we talked about the compounding effect. Tiny actions done daily multiply into massive results, right? Drip, 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 drip. Day four was second order thinking. Don't just ask what happens now, ask what happens next. Okay. Be thinking like that. Day five, we talked about the circle of control, controlling what you can, right? Focus on what you can control and release what you can't. That's probably of all these, the number one thing that I need work on. Wendy will agree. Okay, day six, the 80-20 principle, Pareto principle. Do more of what matters most and less of what doesn't. Simple. Spend time with the clients and the projects and the things that help you move the needle. Okay. Day seven, we talked about the feedback loop: action, reflection, adjustment, growth. Right? Action, reflection, adjustment, and growth. Feedback loop. Okay. On day eight, we brought Steve on. We were going to talk about the EDGE framework, and we did, but we ended up asking him kind of like, where does your edge, and where have you taken your seat at the table, right? And where have you raised your standard? Okay, so I asked you guys all to pick a standard and raise that. And then yesterday, so what, now what? Okay, don't dwell on the problem. Decide, move, and respond with purpose. Okay, so a great 9 days, I think, that we've had talking about these kinds of things. I enjoy it. It doesn't always have to be X's and O's here or how you get better at sales. I really like some of the life stuff too, like how, just leveling people up, how to be a better person, right? And it helps me too because now I'm focusing on that stuff during the week. Okay, these just aren't ideas, guys. They're tools. Okay, when you start combining them, you stop reacting like everyone else and start thinking like a leader. Okay, so I wish Bubba was here because that was a great transition. He was giving me shit yesterday, which really isn't unlike any other day. So, okay, got some main points here. And then I'm going to leave you guys alone, challenge you at the end. All right. Leaders think in systems, not moments. They're thinking systems, not moments. They know that one thing affects another. Okay. Mental models create structure for thinking. Okay. Not just emotion. We're not reacting all the time. Okay. Every challenge becomes data. Okay. Well, that happened last time. What's going to happen this time? Okay. Every problem just becomes practice. You're just looking at it as practice. Talk about practice. Okay. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your results. Oh, no. Bubba is here. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your results, guys. When you think long term, you focus on the controllables and act consistency, your outcomes shift automatically. All right. You don't need to hustle harder. You just need to think sharper. Okay. Think sharper. Up here in Maine, we say, don't work smarter, work harder. Don't work harder, work smarter. Right. Mindset's a muscle. And just like any other muscle, you build it by using it. Okay. Awareness is built through repetition. Okay. Speaking of awareness, you have people in your life that just aren't aware of how they operate or how they present. Do you feel yourself moving away from those people? You feel like maybe you're in a growth stage, growth mode, trying to get better, trying to learn, trying to be better, show up differently. you'll find that you kind of move away from those people. Okay. The more that you model this stuff, the more the old stuff becomes extinct. Okay. For an example, like how like so what now what and circle of control, controlling what you can, those two concepts can work well together in chaos. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. And the goal, guys, is integration, not information, right? Okay. Don't just collect ideas, connect them. Don't be that, just don't just devour ideas and concepts and all that and just be, you know, a wealth of knowledge. Actually apply this stuff. Okay. Combine opportunity cost that we talked about with the 80-20 rule. Okay. Thinking to make better time decisions, right? Protecting your time. You could combine that compounding effect lesson we did with the feedback loop and accelerate your skill growth. Okay. You could be trying to find your edge or working on the edge framework using a growth lens. Stay just humble and hungry, right? Pull out the chair, have a seat, identify the next table you want to sit at. Bubba says, learn a little, do a little, repeat, repeat. Yeah, exactly. Stacking small wins all the time. Okay. Guys, thinking like a leader changes everything. You stop blaming. Okay. I read that book. I always recommend it. Now I can think of it. Yeah. Extreme Ownership. Thank you. It's getting old, guys. Extreme Ownership. Read that. It's a great book. Jocko. Okay. Stop blaming. Start creating. Stop reacting and start responding. Stop waiting. Start leading. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. We're out of here. Done. Okay. Which of the mental models this past week hit you the hardest and why? Anybody pop it in the chat? Anybody pick up a nugget? Anybody listening? Hello, anybody out there? Rachel's here. Which one thing do you need to apply immediately? Have you heard something in the last 10 days? You're like, I gotta work on that. And then finally, what would change in your business or your home life if you started thinking like this every day? You just being in a growth mode, right? Looking out the growth lens, compounding effect, thinking about opportunity cost, right? Everything we say yes to, we got to say no to something else. So what? Now what? Finding your edge, taking your seat at the table, raising your standard, the 80-20 principle. Day 295, guys, we're still going strong, coming up with things to talk about, ways to pour in. Okay, there's value here. So here's the challenge. Remember that open loop I created at the beginning? Now we're coming back to it. Okay. 7-day mental model challenge. Okay. Day one, for the next 7 days, pick one thing, one of these models each day and apply it intentionally. You might have to go back and listen to this again. Okay. Number one, day one, growth lens, reframe one negative situation. Check the box. I'm going to reframe one negative situation. Day two, opportunity cost. Actually say no to something that doesn't serve you on day two. Okay. Day three, compounding. It's like Bubba said, do a little. What did he say? Do a little, something a little, do a little. Learn a little, do a little. Yeah. Compounding. Do one small action that builds momentum. That's day three. On day four, second order thinking. Okay. Basically, pause before reacting. Simple as that. Second order thinking. I need to work on that one too. Day five, circle of control. Let go of one thing outside your control. One thing. That's all. Just one thing. Yeah. Dave says 80-20 principle. Yeah. Okay. Day 6, 80-20 is the one, right? Focus on your top 2 hours of high impact work, highest impact work. Focus on that. Okay. And day 7, put so what, now what to use. Face one problem with some calm action. Okay. Yeah. Rachel says, better with having difficult conversations, getting better as I get older. Yeah, for sure. So do those the next 7 days in a row. Okay. and let me know how it changes your interactions. Okay. So it'll change how you lead. It'll change how you think. Okay. Guys, leadership isn't about being the loudest or the busiest or who shows up the earliest or whatever. It's about being the clearest thinker in the room. If you can, I know when I've spoken in meetings or whatever before, and then there's one person sitting back listening, and then they come with what they have. I'm like, I wish I waited a few minutes and thought about it a little bit more, right? I wish I'd waited a little bit. So it's not about being the loudest or busiest, guys. If you can learn to control your lens, okay, your focus, your response, and your standard, there's no situation you can't lead through. Those of you that were in Houston for Mach 5 heard Phil Kornichuk speak, and he spoke about some pretty stressful stuff that he went through in the service, and had to lead through it, right? Had to stay calm, right? So anyway, thank you guys for following along for the 10 days. If this series helped you in one way or another, maybe think about something a little differently, maybe not react, maybe show up a little differently, share it out, SBS, because that's contagious, right? You're thinking like a leader. This stuff is contagious, okay? And it transcends, okay? And you can pass it along. So I challenge you to share it out today. I need 38 shares, actually, to beat Wendy yesterday. So, yeah. Speaking of Wendy, in case you missed her on here yesterday, she came out with her new Etsy store, okay? And she's put some time into this. They tell you online, oh, start an Etsy store. Do this, do that. It's easy. Just find this and sell that. She's got hours into that. But it's going to be worth it. So she's creating a movement. And I have rarely seen a response on social media that we saw yet the last couple of days when she shared that out. So, yeah. And don't forget to ask yourself, if you're in a really tight situation, what would Bubba do? Hashtag WWBD. What would he do? He would share Bob's shit. Wait a minute, Bubba. Do you share my stuff? Come on, man. Share it out. Don't forget to check out what Bailey and her friend Abby are doing out in Dallas and Fort Worth. I think they're heading to Austin with it too, but they're renting a whole section, not renting. They bought a whole section of a Dallas Mavericks game out, putting a bunch of people in there that want to connect. And I can't talk about Bailey without sharing her social media handle with you guys for her business called 21 Digital. 21 is our favorite numbers. Mine growing up, and then she kind of adopted it. So 21's a thing in our family. Don't forget to check out Tyler Kirk's Legacy Media. All right. I got to talk to Tyler. We haven't caught up in a while. I know he's helped some of you guys. So also in January, we'll be at Job Trend Connect sponsoring it. Rosenberg Group is sponsoring it. And Steve will be speaking there a couple of times, which is great. And also, don't forget to grab your tickets to the Mid-South Pond Retreat with Bubba Hogan and crew. We are going to do even better than we did last year. Bigger event, more speakers. We learned a little bit last year when we did it. I know Bubba did. So we had a great time. Grab a ticket. It's all inclusive. Like you get your lodging. You get your meals. Gonna have a big what do you call it, Bubba? A shrimp thing, like a shrimp table, something like that. Big piece of plywood with a hole in the middle, and everybody's shucking shrimp. I don't know. I'm like, what do I do here? So it was pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. I think we did a brisket or a pig roast or roasted a hog or something. Whatever you guys do down there. David came in with this contraption and stood outside all day in the cold fall air. Cooked us up a great lunch. And the food was amazing. The venue is amazing. And everything happens right there, stays right there. So it's pretty cool. And yes, Bubba will be there lurking in the shadows as well. So it's going to be hard for him. There's no beach nearby. So I don't know what he's going to do. So do I need another coffee? Yeah. Actually, I don't, Bubba. I've been up a long time. Got a lot going on. Bubba, I sent you a link if you want to jump on. I don't know. Maybe you're still in your skivvies. So piglets. Yeah. Boil. Shrimp boil. That's what it is. Shrimp boil. You got to say that like you have a mouthful of marbles. Shrimp boil. And then whatever you say after that, you just kind of trails off. it kind of trails off. I'm like, what did you just say? You gotta get up with you later. Something like that. Shoot. Bubba can't jump on this morning. He's on the road checking out of the hotel on way to Nashville for the weekend. All right. Well, anyway, it's November 9th through the 13th. Wendy and I will be there. Wendy's helping Bubba on some of the stuff, getting organized for the event. Steve will be speaking. I'll be there speaking as well and working on some of the guys on a workshop. And yeah, Bubba, maybe we'll get you on over the weekend and talk about it. Because I'm here every day. So day 295 today. Can you believe it, guys? 295. Unreal. That means it's day 290 of the year. I started 5 days early. So always doing math all year long. So yeah, over halfway through the first month of the last quarter. Okay. So get after it. We talked about this on one of our calls this week, our group coaching call. If you had some stuff you were trying to get done this year, now's the time. It's the fourth quarter of the game right now, trying to push it up across the goal line. Wendy says, I'm not helping very well. Well, get after it, girl. So, yeah, that's what Wendy's been doing. Check out her Etsy store. This T-shirt behind me is what she's doing now. She's creating, spreading love and kindness. And she's doing that through a number of different messages on a black T-shirt with a red heart. Nothing crazy, keeping it simple for now. And I'm like, yesterday I was like, hey, you could also do, and you could also do, and you could also do. She's like, I'm doing the Lee Labrada thing, keeping it to a couple of 3-4 SKUs for now. And so she learned when she went to the event and listened to Lee speak. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day today. Got a bunch of calls. The weekend will be just kind of getting things teed up around here a little bit, maybe clean off the patio, get into winter mode a little bit, and then start turning the focus toward Louisville for next week. But we'll be there most of the week with the Hardscape North America show, where thousands and thousands of people come through, an expo and all kinds of outdoor living stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to be a part of. Get to hang out with the guys for the week, and I'll be tired when I get home. So anyway, guys, have a great day today. If you need me, DM me. You know how to get me. Happy to chat with you. If you have interest in coming to see us and being part of what's going on in the Rosenberg community, I would love to chat with you about that. You can schedule a call with me anytime. So anyway, let's as Rachel says, let's go end this year strong. Good way to end this call. Thanks, guys. I love y'all. Appreciate you. If you need me, reach out. Take care.